A man's wife suddenly turned into bubbles and disappeared. It all had to be traced back to 3 years ago, when the man and his wife took a boat back home. He was shocked to see countless white snakes rising from beneath the sea. A thick white mist suddenly spread across the water. Strangely, his wife's boat drifted away from the route and sailed into the deep sea. Just as the man was about to save her, the snakes gathered together and capsized his boat. When he woke up, his wife was gone. For 3 years, he waited by the shore day after day, hoping to hear news of her. 3 years later, Ginkgo the Mushishi passed by. Together, they witnessed the snakes swarm again. After hearing the man's story, Ginkgo said those snakes must be mushy. It was said some snakes lived 1,000 years on the mountains, but if they lived 1,000 years in the sea, they became dragons. These mushy were similar. They divided into 2 types. One swam in groups out in the ocean releasing white mist. The other hid deep in the mountains. When the time was right, the mountain mushy would descend and meet the sea mushy in the deep waters. After 1,000 days, they would return to the coast and merge into one. This meant the snake swarm now was the same one from 3 years ago. Then the man believed if he went to sea now he would find his wife. Seeing his determination, Ginkgo agreed to help. Fortunately, they did find her. To his shock, the wife was still alive. When she said only 3 days had passed for her, the man froze for a moment, then cried tears of joy. No matter why, this miracle kept her alive. He planned to take her back to shore, but Ginkgo spoke the bad news. The wife had already been assimilated by the mushy. The snakes had begun to change shape. They had to leave immediately. The wife seemed to realize it too. She turned into bubbles and vanished. Meanwhile, fishermen risked going out to search for the man. They searched the whole day with no result. Suddenly a giant wave rose. A massive mushy leaped from the sea. Though invisible to fishermen, they felt the sea mist thinning. When Ginkgo and the man returned to shore, the villagers had already given up hope of their survival, though they were only out for a few hours. In the real world, more than a month had passed. It seemed within the mist they lived in Mushy's time. In Ginkgo's view, this was not bad. At least the wife only endured 3 days of loneliness. The next day, the boat carrying the wife washed ashore. Villagers marveled at the fine kimono on it, but the man never went to claim them. In the end, a woman who once loved him excitedly wore his wife's clothes. She asked if she looked pretty. The man said she looked beautiful. Maybe life does not stop because someone is gone. New people and new bonds will always appear, and choosing to move forward is also a farewell to the one who left.